Good evening. Thank you very much for being with us. The Congressional Medal of Honor celebration comes to Knoxville this week for the second time. The city is going to actually host the honor recipients, and many events are scheduled because of it, as you might imagine. Not only will Medal of Honor recipients reconnect with each other and remember those recipients who have since passed away, they'll interact with many people in our community. WAT's Don Dare has a preview of this unique convention honoring America's real heroes.
Medal of Honor recipients were thanked at a concert during their first gathering in Knoxville 8 years ago. This year will mark the second time that these extraordinary group of men will walk the streets of East Tennessee. Once a year, Medal of Honor recipients come together to perpetuate the legacy of the nation's highest military honor for conspicuous gallantry. Joe Thompson chairs the Knoxville Medal of Honor Celebration Committee. He co-chaired the committee during the first convention. He is currently a managing director at Raymond James Investment Services firm. With the success of the event in 2014, the Medal of Honor Society chose to return to Knoxville.
Well, it's only the second time they've ever come back to a city, and so they can go anywhere they want. In 2020, it was in Dallas. In 2021, it was in Boston. So for them to want to come back to Knoxville, I think it means a lot. And when they come here, they talk about the volunteer spirit and how they feel it. And it's a special place.
On Wednesday, Medal of Honor recipients will go into several school classrooms talking with students about character development.
It's very important that these young people know about their commitment to this country. They have a commitment, whether they know it or not, and I tell them.
The character development program is really about using the stories of the Medal of Honor recipients to teach civic lessons in the classrooms about service, sacrifice, patriotism, and courage and commitment. And who better to teach a lesson on service and sacrifice than a Medal of Honor recipient?
The Medal of Honor flag was raised a year ago in Knoxville as the oldest Medal of Honor recipient, Woody Williams, who passed away 2 months ago, was recognized in preparation for this year's celebration. As a tribute to the Medal of Honor Society, Woody's legacy lives on. Since 2010, the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation has been establishing permanent Gold Star family memorials across the country. The memorials are dedicated to those who have lost loved ones in military conflict.
It's almost incomprehensible to me that so many cities in our country have been willing to form committees and raise money and establish these memorial monuments.
At Knoxville's Cathedral of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus, Woody and other recipients who have died will be remembered this week.
Memorial service will be Thursday morning. Starts at 9. We're eulogizing, memorializing 10 Medal of Honor recipients that have passed away in the last year or received the Medal of Honor posthumously in the last year.
Alvin York was the first famous Medal of Honor recipient, putting nearby Fentress County and his hometown of Pall Mall on the map. Alvin York's heroism in World War I is depicted in the 1941 movie Sergeant York, which is seen on many old movie channels today. The history of the Medal of Honor goes back to the Civil War in Chattanooga. That's where our nation's first honor for valor was first awarded in 1863. 36 of the living 54 Medal of Honor recipients are expected to attend this year's celebration. Don Dare, WATE 6 on your side.